Good morning, students. Welcome you all once again in the today's lecture on Ind AS 34. So, students, this Ind AS 34, the title is Interim Financial Reporting, right? And I'll take you through this lecture on Ind AS 34 through this Excel file, right? So, I have covered the entire notes on this Excel file. This is the only source of, learning for you guys. So, in addition to study material, I have covered each and every concept along with examples on this Excel file, right? So I will only going through this Excel file throughout the session, right? And friends, today we'll complete this Ind AS 34 in one session. And good morning, Ajit ji. Good morning, Priya. Good morning, Sanjay, Saminathan, Neha, Bibhu, Megha. So good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. Yeah. So friends, what is meant by interim financial reporting? You must have been aware that there is a financial reporting. Financial reporting means reporting of financial statement. Right? So we used to report our financial statement. We used to prepare our financial statement on an yearly basis. Correct? Every company, every entity is preparing the financial statement on an yearly basis from April to March. In India, we are following April to March. This is a financial year, right? Globally, few countries are following calendar year, January to December. But in India, we have the financial year, April to March. So friends, when we are preparing the financial statement for the year, it is known as a yearly financial statement, annual financial statement, which become part of the annual report. Okay. But what happens when we start preparing or when we are preparing the financial statement which is for less than a year period, for which a less than a year period, for example, quarterly, for example, half yearly, for example, 9 months. So if I start preparing my quarterly financial statement, it is known as an interim financial statement, which is less than an annual period, which is less than an year, right? So it is known as an interim financial statement. So friends, are you clear on the difference between annual financial statement and interim financial statement? Are you clear on this? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Annual financial statement and interim financial statement. Annual FS, interim FS. And this annual financial statement is for the year. It is yearly. For example, April to March. Okay. And this interim financial statement is for a period less than a year. For example, quarterly. Example is quarterly. Now tell me, which companies are required to prepare this quarterly financial statement? Which companies?
Listed
entities.
Listed entities, listed companies. And why? Why listed companies? Because
They have to publish it quarterly.
because they have to. Because
as per the SEBI requirement.
Yes, as per the SEBI requirement. For listed companies, see, who is the regulator for every companies? Who is the regulator for every companies? MCA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, right? Companies Act is applicable on the companies now. From
Yes, sir.
incorporation to liquidation, which act is applicable on the companies?
Companies Act 2013.
Companies Act 2013. And who is the regulator? MCA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs is the regulator. So for listed companies, in addition to Companies Act, one more regulator is there for listed companies. Who is that? SEBI, Stock Exchange. Securities and Exchange Board of India. Okay. Ram Mohan Private Limited. Whether SEBI is applicable on Ram Mohan Private Limited?
No, sir. It's not a limited company.
It's not a listed company. So it's not a limited company. Saying is not a right thing, because a limited company can be unlisted company also. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. It's my mistake, sir.
Yeah. No problem, Saminathan. No problem. So my thing is to correct that. Okay. So, but whether Ind AS, whether Stock Exchange SEBI is applicable to Reliance Industries Limited?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
it
It's
will.
a
SEBI
yeah,
regulation, SEBI Act is applicable. Why? Because it is a listed company.
listed
Okay?
company.
So you are absolutely right that listed companies are required to prepare their financial statement on a quarterly basis. Okay, on a quarterly basis, listed companies, because they have to file, they have to publish their results. They have to publish their results to the Securities and Exchange Board of India. They have to file their results to the stock exchange. Why these listed entities are required to publish, required to file their performance, financial performance on a quarterly basis? Why? And why not to the private companies? And why it is important for the public companies? Can anyone tell me? Hardik, will you be able to tell me why these listed companies, as per the SEBI regulation, these are required to file, prepare their financial statement on a quarterly basis? Friends, in a private limited entities, you must have seen in your with your clients also, in a private limited entity, the money which is invested is more of a public, more of a family, more of a
Yeah.
family, right? So the father is involved, the son is involved, the daughter-in-law, son-in-law, mother-in-law. So all these brothers, sister. So the directors, when you look at the director composition of a private limited company, you will find all are relatives, friends and relatives, right? But when you look at the composition of the public company, which is a listed company, then you will find a lot of money is invested by the public shareholders, right? Probably Priya is the shareholder, Hardik is the shareholder, Saminathan is the shareholder, Anushi is the shareholder, I am the shareholder. So we small shareholder have invested their money into those companies, right? And that is why SEBI wanted to know, and SEBI wanted to inform the user of the financial statement also, the shareholder also, the quarterly performance, right? SEBI wanted to share the quarterly performance of these companies with the public so that they will be able to take the decision in time. Because if quarterly financial statement or quarterly results may not be there, in that case, as a shareholder, when I will get the information about the company's financial position and performance after a year, okay, after a year. So because the public money has been invested in these listed entities, and that is why SEBI requires to file the results into the stock exchange on a quarterly basis, Friends, the results which is getting filed to the stock exchange, whether the name is financial statement or financial results.
Financial result, sir.
Financial results.
Yeah. It's a financial statement or financial results.
Financial
Results.
results.
Financial results. Friends, the word is financial results. Okay. So what SEBI requires is financial results. Okay. And this standard talks about financial results or financial statement.
Financial statements.
Financial statement.
Financial statement. So financial statement which is prepared for a period which is less than 1 year, for example, quarterly. I hope this is clear to all of you, right? So what SEBI requires is financial results, and these financial results are prepared as per the SEBI regulations, right? And the format is given under the SEBI regulations. Financial statement. This financial statement is prepared as per Ind AS 34. So let me use the word interim financial statement. Okay. Perfect. Is it perfect? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So let me show you on a real life basis. Let me show you one of the real life example. Then I'll come to the standard. Okay. Fine. So friends, we understood interim period, interim financial statement. ये समझ आ गया हमें. Interim period is a period for less than 1 year, say quarterly, half yearly, etc. Okay. For example, this is a 12 months period. There is a quarter 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now the question is whether Ind AS 34 is applicable on results to be published as per the SEBI requirement. Yeah. So on the results, SEBI regulations are applicable. On the results, Ind AS 34 is not applicable. Ind AS 34 is applicable on the interim financial statement from which these results are extracted. So first of all, let me take you to the real life example. I hope this Google is visible. Google search is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
So what I have typed Infosys results. Okay. And let me go to the quarterly results. Can you be able to see the Infosys website?
Yes, sir. Financial
Okay.
quarterly results.
Yes, quarterly results. So let me take you to the quarter 2, September 24 results. Okay. September 24 results. Results for the second quarter ended September 30, 2024. Correct? So now let's go to the Ind AS standalone and consolidated results and Regulation 33 Auditors Report. What is Regulation 33? It's a SEBI regulation. SEBI regulation, SEBI LODR, SEBI Listing and Obligation Disclosure Requirement Regulation 33 requires listed companies to file their financial results on a quarterly basis. So let me click here. Are you able to see the audit report of Deloitte? Whether it is visible, Deloitte audit report?
Yes, sir. Visible,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so this is the auditor's report on the financial results. Now I am going to, you can see the auditors are also writing that we have audited the accompanying statement of standalone financial results. They are not writing financial statement. They are writing financial results. Okay. And these results are prepared. These results are prepared as per the SEBI LODR requirement regulation 33. Okay. Are you able to see the results now? The performance after the auditor's report, whether this financial performance is visible? आपको दिख रहा है ये वाला पेज? Financial
Yes, sir.
performance?
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
These are the results. What they are writing that statement of consolidated audited results of Infosys Limited and its subsidiaries for the quarter and half year ended September 30, 2024, prepared in compliance with Indian accounting standard, right? Then they are giving quarter ended, current quarter performance, last quarter performance, and the corresponding quarter of the last year performance. Means September 30, 2024 quarter. September 2024 quarter means July 24 to September 24. Then last quarter, which is April to June 24. Then the corresponding last quarter is July to September 23. Then they are giving year to date. Year to date matlab 6 months ending 24, 6 month ending 23. April to September 24, April to September 23, and year end, which is full year, last full year, April to March 24. Friends, whether this is the format of the balance sheet or financial statement, and this is the P&L, is this the format of P&L as per the financial statement?
No, sir.
No. So where this format has come, this format is not of Schedule 3. Sir, this format is not of Schedule 3. This format is not of Ind AS 1. So कहाँ से आया ये format? This format is as per SEBI regulation. ये फॉर्मेट सेबी रेगुलेशन ने दिया कि आपको ये सारे कॉलम के नंबर्स रिपोर्ट करने हैं. एंड दिस इज माय P&L. दिस इज माय P&L. एंड देन डियर फ्रेंड्स, P&L के बाद उन्होंने क्या दिया? बैलेंस शीट, ऑडिटेड बैलेंस शीट. Balance sheet is September and March. This is the balance sheet. After that, they have given the cash flows. So what they have given? P&L, balance sheet, cash flows. P&L mein there are multiple columns and there is a segment reporting. There is a segment reporting, right? These are the complete results. These are the complete results. Okay. So in these results only, in these now standalone came. So first they have given console, then they have given standalone. Okay. So in these results you have seen only P&L has given P&L for multiple period, current quarter, last quarter, corresponding quarter of the last year, then year to date, current year to date, last year, corresponding year to date, okay, and the full year. So they have given the P&L for the multiple columns, multiple period. They have given the balance sheet, they have given the cash flow, and few limited notes. Is it the definition of the financial statement? Whether these are the only component of the financial statement?
No, sir.
No. Then what constitutes financial statement? Balance sheet,
Balance sheet, statement
profit
of
and loss, balance sheet, profit and loss,
statement of changes
statement of
Statement of
cash
in
flows,
assets,
statement of
statement of
changes in
changes in
equity,
equity, note to account.
notes to accounts.
statement of cash flow, statement of change in equity, and notes to accounts. Those all notes to accounts, detailed notes to accounts, right? So this is the financial statement definition. But here only P&L has been given, which is into the multiple column. Here only balance sheet is given, cash flow is given, and few notes are given, 4-5 notes. And you can see in only 5 pages, this consolidated results are over in only 5-6 pages. So friends, these are not the interim financial statement. These are the interim financial results, which are prepared as per the SEBI format, as per the SEBI regulation. SEBI regulation is given the format, right? And how these results are extracted? ये result कैसे बने हैं? How these results are extracted? कैसे बने results?
Expected from financial statements.
Yes, these
Yes.
results are extracted, prepared from the financial statement. Let's read this. The information presented above is extracted from interim audited, interim condensed consolidated financial statement. So from where this information has been extracted, from where these financial results have been prepared? From the interim financial statement. From the interim financial statement. And how this interim financial statement have been prepared? As per Ind AS? As per Ind AS? 34. As per Ind AS 34. Very good. As per Ind AS 34. So friends, have you understood the meaning of these financial results? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, let me show you the interim financial statement, right? So Infosys has also published their interim financial statement. So these results are only 20 pages along with the auditor's report, consolidated and standalone both. Now let me open standalone financial results. Sorry, standalone financial statement, not results, financial statement. Whether financial statements are visible now?
Yes, sir.
It is 32 pages. It is 32 pages financial statement. Okay. And can you read this? Infosys Limited condensed standalone financial statement for the 3 months and 6 months ended 30th September 2024. Can you see? Here they have given balance sheet, P&L, statement of changes in equity, cash flows, and notes to accounts. Can you see? Here they have given all the 5 components of the financial statement, right? So this is known as a financial statement. So now, have you been able to appreciate the difference between financial results and the financial statement with this real life example of Infosys Limited?
Yes, sir.
I want to have a confirmation from everyone. Friends, do you find this useful or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Anyone who is not able to understand, please let me know. Anyone. If I would not have been shown you this real life example, probably you would not have been able to appreciate the difference. Okay. But now you have understood this. Very good. Okay. Yes. So friends, whether Ind AS 34 is applicable on results to be published as per SEBI requirement, these results have been prepared as per the SEBI LODR requirement, and Ind AS 34 is not applicable to these results. Ind AS 34 is applicable to the interim financial statement, and these results have been prepared or extracted from these interim financial statement. Making sense? Yes. Now we have seen the real life example also. Now we understood. Okay, good. Friends, tell me which are the two standards which takes care of the financial statement, which takes care of the preparation and presentation of the financial statement. Which are the two standards?
Sir, Ind AS 1, sir, presentation of the financial statements.
Ind AS 1 and I am asking two standards.
Ind
One
AS 1 and Ind AS 8 accounting policies.
So
Sir,
Geet is right. Ind AS 1 and Ind AS 34.
34.
Ind AS 1 talks about the preparation and presentation of financial statement for full year, for annual period. So Ind AS 1 is applicable to the full-fledged financial statement. Ind AS 34 is applicable to the interim financial statement. If a company is preparing interim financial statement, condensed financial statement, then Ind AS 34 is applicable. So there are two standards in the series of 39 Ind AS. There are two standards, Ind AS 1 and Ind AS 34. Ind AS 1 takes care of full-fledged financial statement like annual financial statement. Ind AS 34 takes care of interim financial statement. Okay. Okay. Ind AS 34 takes care of interim financial statement. Is that clear? Yes.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
we understood, sir, that Ind AS 34 is applicable for a period which is less than 1 year. Right. So my question is, for example, if a company was formed during the year, okay, say 1st October 21, and they are preparing their first financial statement for the period ending 31st March 22. Okay, whether this period is called interim period and whether Ind AS 34 is applicable.
No, sir. Ind AS 1 is applicable. This is
Why? But it is only for 6 months. The
no, sir.
financial statements.
The company is started on 1st October. It is preparing as per the Ind AS 1 only. It's not this is not the interim reporting.
Yes. So the company has not chosen. The company had not chosen that from a period of 1 year, they have to give the financial statement of 6 months, right? Because this company is a newly incorporated company, and that is why this 6-month period is just because they are newly incorporated, right? It's not about they have chosen. It's not about they have chosen, okay? So this is not considered as an interim financial period because the company has not chosen the period of less than 1 year. Rather, the company has to prepare the first financial statement, which is less than an year due to incorporation during the year. Hence, these financial statement will not be treated as an interim financial statement. Okay, clear? Next question. A company was liquidated on 30th September 21. Liquidated. They have prepared their last financial statement for 6 months ending 30th September 21. Whether it is called as an interim period and will Ind AS 34 be applicable?
No, sir.
Why? It's a 6 months period.
Yeah, because the company is in the liquidation, it's a wind up. So the company is not chosen to prepare that interim period report. If the company is chosen to prepare, say example, if the less than 3 months or it's for intentionally it is preparing, then the interim financial that AS 34 will applicable. In this case, it is a closing. So 6-month period, it will be called as a full. Financial reporting only as per Ind AS 1.
Yes, Ind AS 1 will be applicable. Ind AS 34 will not be applicable because this period is not considered as an interim period because this is the company's last financial statement and the company will prepare full-fledged financial statement. Okay, it is not an interim period, right? Yes. So now, tell me whether Ind AS 34 says that, whether Ind AS 34 talks about on which entities Ind AS 34 will be applicable? Answer is no. Ind AS 34 does not become it mandatory. Ind AS 34 does not say that to which entities I will be applicable. It says that if you have decided to prepare interim financial statement, or if law requires to prepare interim financial statement, for example, listed companies. So SEBI regulations requires listed companies to prepare their interim financial statement, because from those interim financial statement they will prepare the financial results. Okay, ये financial results कैसे बनेंगे? These financial results will be prepared from the interim financial statement. Okay, so if a law requires, a regulation requires, or if the company decided to prepare, in that cases, these interim financial statements will be prepared as per Ind AS 34. But Ind AS 34 itself does not tell you, that on which entities I will become applicable. It says that if you have decided or you are required to prepare, then I will be applicable. For example, in addition to listed companies, there are a lot of startups, right? In today's ecosystem, there are a lot of startups. बहुत सारे startup है ना जो unlisted है. So there are a lot of investors in those startup, right? Foreign investors or Indian investors, and they wanted to know the performance of the company on a quarterly basis. And since the investor is overseas investor, so they also want to the audited financial information of those startups. So friends, with this intent, right, if these startups are preparing their interim period financial statement, then Ind AS 34 will become applicable to those startup also. Okay, making sense?
Yes, sir.
So friends, as of now we understood the meaning of interim period, meaning of financial reporting. Financial reporting means reporting of financials. Financials means financial statements, right? We understood the difference between the financial results, okay, and the interim financial statement. So let me call it as a financial results, which is prepared as per SEBI requirement, and interim financial statement. We understood the meaning of these things also, right? So financial results are prepared as per SEBI LODR regulation 2015, and interim financial statements are prepared as per Ind AS 34. Okay, we understood that whether Ind AS 34 is applicable on the results, it is applicable on the interim financial statement from which the results are prepared. We understood Ind AS 34 does not mandate to which entities Ind AS 34 is applicable. It only says either you are required to prepare or you have decided to prepare, then I will be applicable. Okay, if a company is a newly incorporated company, or a company is closing its financial statement, company is preparing the last financial statement, in that case, if the period is less than 1 year, it is not considered as an interim period. Interim period are those period which is picked up from a full period of 1 year. This newly incorporated company or company under liquidation, these have not picked up. They are required to prepare just because of liquidation or incorporation. Okay, what is the objective of Ind AS 34? The objective is this standard prescribes the minimum content of interim financial reporting. What does it mean? Friends, in 2016, I am talking about 2016, I have joined Bharti Infratel Limited. Bharti Infratel, have you heard about that company? Bharti Infratel, it was a listed company. It was into the business of towers. Telecom tower lagati thi ye company, right? It was a listed company. It was a subsidiary of Bharti Airtel, okay? So when I joined that company, in the financial reporting team of that company, okay? So to my surprise, since it was a listed company, it was getting the audit done on a quarterly basis. It was preparing its financial statement on a quarterly basis. So I was surprised to see the financial reporting team was preparing the full-fledged financial statement for interim period. Means every quarter they were preparing 50-60 pages full-fledged financial statement, full related party disclosure, full actuarial disclosure. आपने एक्चुरियल डिस्क्लोजर देखे ना, ग्रेचुइटी के, लीव इनकैशमेंट के देखे हैं आपने फाइनेंशियल्स में?
Yes, sir.
या प्रेजेंट
Yes,
वैल्यू
sir.
ऑफ डिफाइंड बेनिफिट ऑब्लिगेशन, प्लान एसेट्स, P&L का रिकंसिलेशन, वो डिटेल 2 पेज का रिकंसिलेशन होता है ना?
Yes,
आपने
sir.
देखा होगा ना, डिटेल रिकंसिलेशन होता है 2 पेज का, 2 पेज के डिस्क्लोजर होते हैं. So likewise, the company was preparing those disclosures on a quarterly basis, entire full-fledged financial statement. I went to the controller of the company and I asked, sir, what is the use of this interim financial statement which we are preparing 60, 70 pages financial statement on a quarterly basis? He said that, we are listed companies and we used to prepare our financial results. And that is why we are preparing these interim financial statement, not condensed, interim financial statement. I said, okay, sir. But in your financial results, at the maximum, what you are giving in the financial results are as per the SEBI LODR regulation. And SEBI LODR regulation requires in quarter 1 and quarter 3. So what I have asked, what I have told him, that there are 4 quarters: quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4 and year end. Yes, quarter 4 में year end भी होगा ना, वहां पर
Yes,
year
sir.
के भी आप दिखाते हो.
Yes, sir.
Quarter 4 and year end. In quarter 1, as per the SEBI regulation, only P&L is required to be given. As per SEBI period, SEBI requirement. Period and SEBI requirement. Okay. In quarter 1, only P&L and few notes. In Q2, P&L, Q2 means September ending, half year ending. P&L, balance sheet, cash flow and few notes. Quarter 3, again P&L and few notes. Quarter 4, P&L, balance sheet, cash flow and few notes. This is the requirement of SEBI. So I went to my controller and I told him, sir, SEBI only requires these disclosures, these filings, these format. Sir, instead of preparing a full-fledged financial statement for every quarter, Ind AS 34 also allows us to prepare a condensed set of financial statement, right? Instead of preparing a complete set of financial statement like year end, in every quarter, in 3 quarters, Q1, Q2 and Q3, what we can do, we can prepare a condensed set of financial statement. He asked, what do you mean by condensed set of financial statement? I told him, sir, we will give full balance sheet, right? We will give full P&L, full statement of changes in equity, full statement of cash flows, and some significant or limited notes to accounts. So he said, can we do this? I said, yes, sir. Just because these companies are required to prepare the financial statement on a quarterly basis, and there is no mandatory requirement of publishing the quarterly financial statement. Interim financial statement को publish करने की कोई mandatory requirement भी नहीं है. Mandatory requirement financial results को publish करने की. Okay? But क्या annual financial statement को publish करने की mandatory requirement है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, annual report. For listed companies, annual report has to be on the website and has to be filed on the stock exchange. And for unlisted entities, these financial statement has to be filed with MCA, ROC. करना पड़ता है ना?
Yes, sir.
अगर आपको किसी प्राइवेट लिमिटेड कंपनी के फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट देखने हैं, यू कैन जस्ट पे अ फीस ऑफ 108 और 110 रुपीज और आप उससे क्या कर सकते हो, फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट निकाल सकते हो. ओके, सो इट इज अगेन a publicly available information. The only thing is for private limited companies, you have to give 100 rupees fees. But for listed companies, it is readily available, like I have shown you. Free of cost available. So my dear friends, my controller got impressed. He said, oh my God, yes, it is given. I said, yes, sir, it is given. Right? And that was the purpose of Ind AS 34, that you should not prepare the full-fledged financial statement on a quarterly basis, because there is a limited use for the quarterly financial statement. There is a limited use. Making sense or not? Yes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Making sense, sir.
Yeah. So friends, we discussed the objective. That objective is that Ind AS 34 provides you minimum content of interim financial report. Interim financial report means financial statement. Interim financial statement. It also provides some principle of recognition and measurement in interim financial statement. Friends, this Ind AS 34 is a presentation and disclosure related standard, but it also provides some principle of recognition and measurement. Scope: this standard does not say on which entity this will be applicable. It says that once an entity is decided to prepare or required to prepare, then Ind AS 34 is applicable. For example, listed companies are required to do quarterly or half yearly reporting. Ind AS 34 is applicable. Interim period means period for less than 1 year, say quarterly, half yearly, etc. Interim financial report means financial report, financial statement, which is for a period less than 1 year, which includes either a complete set of financial statement or a condensed set of financial statement, which is either a complete set of financial statement or a condensed set of financial statement. Okay. If a company decided to prepare a complete set of financial statement, what is meant by complete set of financial statement?
Sir, it is as per the Ind AS 1, sir.
As per Ind AS 1.
So complete set of financial statement means financial statement like for annual period. मतलब आप क्या कर रहे हो, जैसे फुल ईयर का फाइनेंशियल्स बनाते हो ना, वैसे आप क्वार्टर का फाइनेंशियल्स बना रहे हो फुल ईयर की तरह. You are giving all sort of disclosures, right? So in that case, what will be applicable on these full set of financial statement, complete set of financial statement, Ind AS 1, right? Like Ind AS 1. Balance sheet, P&L, cash flow, statement of changes in equity, notes to accounts. But if you have decided to prepare condensed set of financial statement, then condensed balance sheet, condensed P&L, condensed cash flow, condensed statement of changes in equity, and significant or limited notes to accounts. Friends, the balance sheet is condensed, the P&L is condensed, the cash flow is condensed, the statement of changes in equity condensed, and not all the notes to accounts. Some significant or limited notes to accounts. Okay, we will be covering this part, that what significant notes to accounts is required by this standard or what limited notes to accounts are required by this standard. This standard talks about two type of notes. Number one, notes which are significant, which are material, that is number one. Number two, mandatory notes. Mandatory notes मतलब आपको उसका materiality नहीं देखना, significance नहीं देखना, that is mandatory. That is mandatory. Okay. So significant notes to accounts means those notes to accounts if the number are significant, material, or limited notes to accounts means mandatory notes to accounts. Okay. So two type of notes to accounts are given. One, those who are material. Number two, those which are mandatory. Is that clear? Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Sir, what is meant by condensed? So let me show you the real life example. I hope this Infosys financial statements are visible.
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
What is the period?
Period is 24.
September 24.
September 20.
The period is 3 months and 6 months ending September 24. This is the period. Okay. Can you see? Infosys is talking about condensed balance sheet. This word condensed. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Condensed standalone.
Condensed means condensed standalone. Yes.
Not much details, sir.
Condensed means not much detail. Condensed statement of cash flows. Okay. So those condensed balance sheet, P&L, statement of changes in equity, and cash flows, and few notes to accounts, limited notes to accounts that we will see later on. But let's go to the balance sheet first. This is the balance sheet. Friends, first question I need to ask you, all of you. This interim financial statement for September ended 24 is 32 pages financial statement. 32 pages. Whether the year-end financial statement is also 32-33 pages for Infosys.
No, sir. It will be more than that. Around 250.
No, around 60-70 pages. Double.
Yes, 60
almost double or more than the double, right? So why it is only 32 pages? The balance sheet is the full balance sheet. So if you can see the balance sheet, this is a condensed balance sheet. And when you look at this condensed balance sheet, you will be surprised to see that non-current asset, all the line item headings, subheadings, all those headings, subheadings, line items are there. Current assets are there. Okay. So you will surprised to see the entire balance sheet is there. Entire balance sheet is there. Equity and liability, liability, non-current liability, current liability. This is 1,18,000 crore balance sheet is there. This entire balance sheet is there. Friends, why the complete balance sheet is there? Then why it is called as a condensed balance sheet?
Sir, here only the heading and subheading only is given, sir. It is connected, but it's giving the full-fledged, not the shrinked one. But the notes to account is limited. That the only we are giving the specific. The notes to account is reduced to the extent only which is significant, and material item only we are disclosing it.
You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. So notes to accounts, these notes to accounts are significant, integral part of the financial statement. And notes to accounts, like there are a lot of disclosures required for PP, capital work in progress, trade receivable, trade payable, as per Schedule 3 also. Aging. You remember we discussed about aging of CWIP, trade receivable, trade payable. हमने एजिंग की बात की थी ना जब शेड्यूल 3 में पढ़ा था.
Yes, sir. Less than 6 months, 6 months to 1 year, 1 year to 2 years.
Yes. So those sort of Schedule 3 disclosures, those Ind AS detailed disclosure under Ind AS, right? For example, deferred tax asset, lot of disclosures are required, right? So for PP, lot of disclosures are required. But this company has given only limited disclosures, okay? Only limited disclosures. So the detailed disclosure, which is required as per the respective Ind AS for all the line items, since it is not there, and hence it is called as a condensed balance sheet, right? While this balance sheet is complete, but the breakup, the detailed, the information of these balance sheet items are not complete. Not complete means not detailed. Detailed disclosure are not given. Hence it is known as a condensed balance sheet. Okay. P&L. This P&L is complete. If you can see this, the word is condensed statement of profit and loss. But this is a complete P&L. Again, why it is known as a condensed P&L, you can see there is no schedule, no note on the depreciation and amortization. Otherwise, there is a detailed breakup of depreciation and amortization on which assets this depreciation is there, right? Class of asset wise depreciation. So since there are limited notes, right? The detailed notes like full-fledged financial statements are not there, and hence it is called as a condensed statement of profit and loss. Then there is a condensed statement of changes in equity. Again, the statement of changes in equity is complete, right? Then there is a condensed statement of profit and loss. Sorry, condensed statement of cash flows. Okay, and again the cash flow is complete cash, but it is also known as a condensed statement of cash flows. Why? Because of lack of detailed disclosures. Okay, so is that clear to everyone? This condensed set of financial statement is clear. Why
Yes,
we are
sir.
calling it as a condensed balance sheet, P&L, cash flow, statement of changes in equity, and we have to give some material notes to accounts and some mandatory notes to accounts that we will be covering. But is it clear to everyone up to this level? Yeah. For preparing the condensed set of financial statement, the component of financial statement requires, what is meant by component of financial statement? Balance sheet, P&L, SOC, cash flow, notes to accounts. The component of financial statement requires the presentation of major heading and subheading of the last annual financial statement. Ind AS 34 says that when you are preparing the condensed component of the financial statement, in your annual financial statement, in your last annual financial statement, whatever major heading, subheading, line item which you have covered, you have to cover in those interim financial statement. Okay, for example, non-current asset, PP, intangible asset, CWIP, etc. Current asset, trade receivable, bank balance, etc. Okay, right? So I have shown you the condensed P&L, balance sheet, cash flow, statement of changes in equity. Correct? Yes. whether comparative period is required in case of condensed financial statement or in case of interim financial statement.
Yes, sir. It is required, sir.
It is mandatory. It is mandatory. Now, what is that period? What is that period which is required? Friends, let me again take you to the Infosys balance sheet, Infosys interim condensed financial statement. Friends, tell me, for which period these financial statements are there? For which period?
It's for quarter 2, sir.
It's quarter 2. It's half year, H1, right? It's for
Yes, sir.
half year ended September 30, 2024. It's for quarter ended September 30, 2024. Yes? So what is
Yes,
the
sir.
balance sheet? What is the current balance sheet date? बैलेंस शीट डेट क्या होगी इसमें? अगर बैलेंस शीट बनाओगे तो बैलेंस शीट एज एट विच डेट?
30th
30th
September.
September.
बैलेंस शीट एज एट विच डेट? 30th
31st
September
March
2024.
2024.
30th September 2024. Yes, Megha, you're right. 30th September 2024. Okay. Yes. Now, if you are preparing a 30th September 2024 balance sheet, what is the comparative period for balance sheet?
30th September
30th
23.
September 2023.
31st September 2024. 30th March, sorry, 31st March 2024.
Yes. So comparative balance sheet is 31st March 2024. Are you able to see this balance sheet? Are you able to see this balance sheet 31st March 2024? Yeah. दिख रहा है आपको बैलेंस शीट? ये इन्फोसिस के लिस्टेड कंपनी के जो पब्लिश किए हुए, जो उन्होंने वेबसाइट पे डाले हैं, वो इंटरिम फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट है. So current period is balance sheet as at 30th September 2024 and comparative period is 31st March 2024. Friends, balance sheet numbers are brought down and carry forward or not? Balance sheet balances are brought down and carry forward
Yes, sir.
or
Yes,
carried
sir.
down and brought forward?
Yes, sir.
CDBF होता है ना, carry down and brought forward.
Yes, sir.
Yes, as on date.
As on date. Example, a company, let's say Tata Steel. Tata Steel plant is in Jamshedpur, very old company. They have purchased a land in 1960. They purchased a land in 1960. Okay. Whether this land will come into the balance sheet in 1990? 1960 में लैंड परचेज की थी, तो क्या 1990 की बैलेंस शीट में लैंड आएगी?
So,
Yes.
provided it is not sold.
Provided?
If not sold.
Very good. So provided if it is not sold, it will come into the balance sheet of 1990, 2000, 2010, 2015, 2024, 2025. In every balance sheet, this land will come. Why? It is an asset. It's a balance sheet item. So the numbers are brought forward. The numbers are carried down and brought forward every time. So whether the value of the land on 31st March 2025 is comparable with the value of the land on 31st March 1960? Yes, it is comparable ना. वो cost model पे दिखा रहे हैं. Land
Yes,
तो land ही है. Land is land. The same land we are carried down and brought forward. उसी को तो हम carry down और brought forward कर रहे हैं. It is comparable. But if Tata Motors or Tata Steel has paid a salary for the year 1960-61, whether the salary will also come into the P&L of this year?
No.
Yes, sir. For this year, the salary will be there. The year
No.
goes.
So I am asking, in 1960-61, there were few employees who were working with the Tata Steel. Now either they have died or they have retired. Okay. So whether those people's salary will also come in this year balance sheet, in this
No,
year's
sir.
P&L?
No, sir. No.
Why? Because the P&L is prepared for the period. P&L shows the financial performance. Statement of changes in equity shows the financial performance. Cash flow shows the financial performance, liquidity performance. So these three components shows the performance. Balance sheet shows the financial position. Okay. So balance sheet numbers are carried down and brought forward, but P&L, cash flow, statement of changes in equity, these numbers are not brought forward, carried down and brought forward. Correct? Is that right? सही है ना? ये तो बड़ी सिंपल बात है ना?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Right, sir.
So
Right, sir.
friends, the P&L, cash flow and statement of changes in equity, when you compare these interim period numbers, then the period has to be equivalent period of the last year. But for balance sheet, standard says that the balance sheet number has to be compared with the last year end audited number. Last year end number. So 30th September का last year end number कौन सा होगा? कौन सा होगा? 30th सितंबर से पहले लास्ट ईयर एंड नंबर कौन सा होगा? कौन सा पीरियड होगा?
Yes, sir.
मार्च। 30th सितंबर से पहले तो आखिरी साल क्लोज 31st मार्च हुआ होगा ना? 31st
Yes.
March 2024. So balance sheet is always compared with the latest annual closing period, which is 31st March, right? Latest annual closing date. Because these are the balance sheet numbers. Balance sheet number for the period नहीं होते, asset होते हैं. तो ये जो property, plant and equipment, you can see 10,813 crore can be compared with 10,139 crores. Okay, right? So balance sheet numbers are current period number, current date number, and the latest annual closing date number. Is this clear? Period is clear? Yes or no? याद रहेगा आपको क्यों किया?
Yes.
Yes. लॉजिक भी मैंने बता दिया करने का. Okay. Now let's go to the P&L. Now tell me, P&L इसमें कौन से पीरियड का बनेगा?
23
करंट ईयर क्या होगा? करंट पीरियड क्या होगा P&L का? What is current period?
September
Current-
24.
Sir, current
Current-
period is 1st June 2024 to 30th September 2024. That is the first second quarter. Then also they will give from 1st April 2024 to 30th September 2024.
Friends, if I talk about this period, I hope this is visible. I hope it is visible. Excel file is visible now.
Yes, sir.
So first of all, let me explain you. ABC Limited is preparing its condensed interim financial statement for the period ended 30th September. So let me take the example of 30th September, okay, 2024. Same example for which I am showing you the financial statement. Balance sheet is always aged. So what is the balance sheet date? 30th September
24.
30th September 2024. Okay. What is my comparative period? 31st March 2024, correct?
Yes,
P&L.
sir.
P&L is always prepared for year to date and for the quarter. Right. Year to date. What is year to date? 1st April 2024 to
30th September
30th
2024.
September. Year to date मतलब half year. 30th September 2024. Is that clear? Year to date. Year to date का मतलब जब से year start हुआ से उससे लेकर आज तक year to date. And what is the comparative period? Is it full year? Is it 1st April to March or is it 1st April to 30th September?
It's 1st April to 30th September 2023.
Yes. So for P&L, you cannot take a 1st April to 31st March. You cannot take because it's a 12-month period and here it's a 6-month period. So 6-month period has to be compared with the 6-month corresponding period of last year. So 1st April 23 to 30th September 23. Okay. Is that clear? Quarter. What is the quarter? What is the quarterly period?
1st June 24 to 30th September 24.
1st July. My dear
Sir.
Swaminathan, 1st July. Not
Yeah, 1st
June.
July. Sorry.
1st July.
Yeah, one four to, yeah, right, sir.
So
My
first
mistake.
quarter is April, May, June is the first quarter. July, August, September is the second quarter. Correct? So
Right,
1st
sir.
July to 1st July 23 to 30th September 23. You know, I like people who try to answer. Doesn't matter right or wrong. कई बार हमसे गलती से भी निकल जाता है, right? We are at times we are making a mistake unintentionally. And when something which is unintentional, it's a mistake. It's not a fraud. Correct?
Right, sir.
So,
Thank you.
yes. So friends, the SEBI LODR. So this part you have understood, we are showing P&L performance. So P&L performance for an interim period, which is interim period April to September. So in this case, 6 months numbers are required as well as quarterly numbers are also required. Okay, quarterly performance as a 6 month and 6 month performance. Why these quarterly numbers are also given? Because it is required by SEBI LODR regulation. SEBI regulation. Okay, Neha? Is that clear, Neha? Because SEBI regulation also required the quarterly numbers. SEBI regulation says that you have to give me 6 month performance as well as quarter performance. So that is why this will become part of your interim financial statement also. The statement of changes in equity. This format is not required by SEBI regulation. So this will always be year to date. Then what is the year to date?
First
Again,
April 20. Yeah.
it's a for the period. So balance sheet is as it, but it is for the period. All these three are for the period. Then 1st April to 30th September, then 1st April 23 to 30th September 23. Cash flow. Cash flow is always year to date. It is again for the half year. 1st April 24 to 30th September 24. And this is 1st April 23 to 30th September 23. Notes to accounts as per period mentioned above. Now, let me ask one question to all of you. You need to help me quickly. ABC Limited is preparing its condensed interim financial statement for the period ended 31st December 2024. Suggest the comparative for these financial statements. Please tell me the comparative for the financial statement. मेरी हेल्प करो, मुझे बताओ कि इसमें मुझे बैलेंस शीट कौन से पीरियड की आएगी, करंट पीरियड, कंपैरेटिव पीरियड कौन सा होगा. प्लीज हेल्प मी आउट हियर. कैन यू हेल्प मी क्विकली?
बैलेंस शीट एज ऑन 31st December.
Balance sheet as on 31st December, current period balance sheet. 31st December 2024. Students, you can also write on the chat box. And what is comparative period balance sheet?
31st March
31st
March 24.
31st March 2024. Yes. So Neha, I want this answer from your side for the P&L. I will call student and the student will answer. P&L for which period?
So 1st April 24 to 31st December 24.
Means year to date. First of all, let me write like this. Year to date and for the quarter. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So year to date is Neha 1st April to
31st December.
1st April 2024 to 31st December. Very good. 9 months. Correct? ये
Yes,
9 month का full period की performance आ गई. उसके बाद
So 1st October to 31st December 24.
very good. For the quarter, for the relevant quarter, 1st October 2024 to 31st December 2024. And what is the corresponding period, Neha?
So comparative period for year to date is 1st April 2023 to 31st December 2023.
Very good. The same period of the last year, correct?
Yes, yes.
And what about the for the quarter comparison?
1st October 2023 to 31st December 23.
Okay, very good. So now, Priya, your turn. So what is the period for statement of changes in equity? Or Megha, you can call out. So Megha has written. So balance sheet, P&L. Okay. What about statement of changes in equity? Or Saurav, if you want to explain. Or Chitra, if you want to explain.
Sir, it will be from April 24 to 31st December 24.
Yes, only year to date. And what about corresponding period?
April 23 to December 23.
Very good, very good. Mamta, now your turn. Cash flow. What is the period of cash flow?
1st April 24 to 31st December 24.
Very good. And what about corresponding period?
1st April 23 to 31st December 23.
Very good. And notes to accounts? As per period mentioned above, right? जिसका आप balance sheet, P&L, cash flow सोसी दोगे उसी का पीरियड, उसी पीरियड का नोट्स टू अकाउंट्स दोगे, करेक्ट?
Right. Okay,
And
sir.
limited notes to accounts, okay, वो that we will discuss. So friends, I'm glad that you guys are absolutely clear on this period, comparative period reporting, right? So we have taken this example, right, of for 9 months as well as for 6 months. 3 months भी करना है क्या? करना है 3 months भी?
No, sir.
नहीं करना. 3 months में आपका year to date और YTD क्या होगा? Let's do 3 months also. Quickly do 3 months also. This is a very small standard, not to worry. We will be able to wind up this standard by maximum by 9:45. It's a small standard. ABC Limited is preparing its condensed interim financial statement for the period ended 30th June 2024. Now tell me what is the current period, what is the comparative period? बताओ फटाफट से क्या होगा? What is balance sheet date? 30th June? Yes. What is comparative period? What is comparative balance sheet?
31st March.
31st March.
So
March
Anushi,
2024.
Anushi, now your turn.
Yes, sir.
Anushi, yes.
Yes, sir.
What is P&L period?
Sir, it will be from April to June 24.
From April to June 24. Okay.
24. For quarter also, it will be same only.
So only one column will be given. Both
Yes.
same column will not be repeated. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So
And
YTD
comparative period will be for.
YTD oblique quarter same ही होगा. Okay. And
Yes, sir.
comparison is
April 23 to June 23.
okay. Then what about SOCI cash flow?
So same.
Same. What about same as per period mentioned above, right?
Yes.
I hope now you guys have understood. You guys have done the revision also. So we have covered Q1, Q2, Q3, all three. Correct? We have covered all three. So now let me also show you with in this real life 1 lakh crore balance sheet की कंपनी का दिखा देता हूं मैं आपको. Balance sheet I have shown you. मैंने आपको बैलेंस शीट दिखा दी. सितंबर एंड मार्च, ये सितंबर के फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट है, तो मैंने आपको सितंबर और मार्च की बैलेंस शीट देख ली आपने.
Yes.
Come to the P&L. Now P&L again, it's a September P&L. So year to date 6 months ended September 30 2024, 6 months ended September 30 2023, and 3 months ended means July to September 24, July to September 23. Okay. P&L close. Now let's go to the statement of change in equity. It's a 6 months. Okay. So April 23 to September 23. Okay. 6 months directly April to September 23. This is the corresponding period. What is the current period? What is the current period? April 24 to September 24. ये दिख रहा है ना आप लोगों को? Cash flow. Your cash flow is again 6 months ended September 24 and September 23. Okay. Right. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So friends, we have covered this part. Okay. So now let's go to the Excel file again. So I have also given this 3 months period, 6 months period, and 9 months period here also. Okay. Now coming to the notes to accounts. Friends, let's come to the notes to accounts. Whatever I have told you so far, whatever I have taught you so far, whether everything is clear or is there any doubt? Is there any doubt?
Clear in mind, sir.
Clear in mind?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Fantastic. Very good. Absolutely right. Great. Notes to accounts. Now coming to the notes to accounts, right? So friends, there are two kinds of notes to accounts. Which two kinds of notes to accounts? Number one, significant event and transaction, significant notes to accounts means these notes to accounts are required only when the numbers are significant. Okay. If the numbers are not significant, then these notes to accounts are not required. Means notes relating to any significant event and transaction are required to be disclosed in interim financial statement, right? Which is significant. Following disclosures are required to be made if material, if significant. For example, so this is the list which is given in Ind AS 34. For example, write down inventory to NRV or reversal of impairment of inventory. आपने पढ़ा था ना Ind AS 2 में या AS 2 में inventory has to be measured at cost or NRV whichever is lower. Inventory has to be measured at cost or NRV whichever is lower.
Yes.
Yeah. Cost or NRV whichever is lower. Okay. So if cost is 100 rupees, NRV is 60 rupees, then what is this 40 rupee? क्या होगा 40 rupee का? Your cost is 100 rupees, but your net realizable value is 60 rupees. So 40 rupees का क्या होगा?
Impairment loss.
It's a loss, impairment.
Impairment loss, right? So standard says that if there is a impairment loss on inventory or if there is a reversal of impairment loss of inventory, then you are required to give the disclosures in the notes to accounts if the amount is material. Sir, if there is an impairment loss and the amount is immaterial, amount is insignificant, then
We need not disclose it. Only if it is material we can.
Yes, no disclosure is required because it is not a mandatory disclosure. So I have two kind of disclosure. One, the disclosures which are required if the amount is material. Number two, disclosures which are mandatory disclosure. So I'll come to the mandatory disclosure later on. So right now, this write down of inventory means impairment loss and reversal of impairment loss. This is required only if the amount is material. Impairment of financial asset as well as non-financial asset. Impairment of PP, intangible asset, investment property, or impairment of financial assets means trade receivables. So this impairment is required only, disclosures are required only if it is material. Reversal of any provision for restructuring. So when you will cover Ind AS 37, Ind AS 37 is on provisions, contingent liability and contingent asset. When you cover that standard, you will be able to know about the concept of restructuring, provision for restructuring, right? So friends, if there is any reversal of the provision of restructuring, then if amount is material, then it is required as per Ind AS 37. Disclosures are required as per Ind AS 37. So disclosure ye kahan diye hue hain? Where the disclosures are given in the respective standard. But you have to cover those disclosure in the interim financial statement if these items are there and the amounts are material. Okay. Acquisition and disposal of property, plant and equipment. Acquisition and disposal of property, plant and equipment. Acquisition and disposal of property, plant and equipment. What is this? Addition and deletion to fixed asset. अगर आप देखोगे जनरली कंपनीज अपने इंटरिम फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट में पीपी का शेड्यूल देती है. क्यों देती है पीपी का शेड्यूल? Why companies are providing PP schedule in their notes to accounts in the interim financial statement?
To know the amount of assets purchased and sold during the period.
Because addition and deletions, because of addition and deletion, because this is the disclosure which is required if the amount is material, right? So generally the companies whose addition and deletions are significant, they always give the PP schedule. Okay. Right? Capital commitment, contingent liability, litigation settlement. These disclosures as per Ind AS 37 are required if the amount is material. Okay. Correction of prior period errors. Correction of prior period error. So correction of prior period error. In case of correction of prior period error, Again, the disclosures are required as per Ind AS 8. Which disclosure? Which disclosure? You remember we have discussed if there is a prior period error. For example, let's come here.
Third balance sheet.
Let's say, yes, third balance sheet. Let's say the company is preparing the first interim condensed financial statement for the first quarter, June 2024. Right? And the company has found that there was an error which was happened in year 2021. और ये कब पता लगा? जून 24 के फाइनेंशियल्स बनाते हुए पता लगा, इंटरिम फाइनेंशियल्स में पता लगा. So tell me, what will happen? Whether third balance sheet will be given? Whether third balance sheet will be given? देंगे नहीं देंगे? What to do? Assuming a company is preparing its condensed IFS for the period ended 30th June 2024. While closing Q1, the company was able to aware about a mistake in accounting for one of the fixed asset in 2021. Okay. Suggest the comparative for these financial statement and in line with Ind AS 1 and Ind AS 8. In line with Ind AS 8 ही होगा, Ind AS 1 तो नहीं, क्योंकि 34 के हिसाब से बना रहे हैं. हाँ जी, बताइए, प्लीज टेल मी. So current period and comparative period है. Is there any third period also? Is there any third balance sheet which is required?
Yes, sir.
Which one?
1st April 2023.
Yes. Opening of the comparative period, third balance sheet. Let me write like this, third balance sheet. Third balance sheet is opening of the comparative period. This balance sheet is 31st March 24. So what is the opening of the comparative period? 1st April 2023. Is there any third P&L required?
No, sir.
But the comparative P&L should be restated, right? It has to be restated. Is there any third statement of change in equity required? No. The restatement impact has to be given, restated. Is there any third cash flow required? No. The comparative has to be restated. What about notes to accounts? It also required all those restated reconciliation. Your comparative period balance sheet reconciliation, ये भी क्या होगा? ये भी restated होगी ना? This will also be restated. Yes or no?
Yes,
होगी
sir.
ना restated? ये भी restated होगी, right? And in the notes to accounts, what is required in the notes to accounts? You remember I have shown you in ONGC reconciliation.
Reconciliation of each line item.
Yes. Reconciliation of each balance sheet P&L cash flow line item which is affected by the correction of error, right? So all the prior period which are restated, those prior period line items reconciliation is required, right? So friends, in your interim financial statement, if there is a correction of prior period error, then you have to apply Ind AS 8 and you have to give third balance sheet, you have to restate your comparative, and you have to give all the disclosures, all the reconciliation. Any doubt, any challenge here?
No, sir.
Friends, this is a small standard.
सर जो थर्ड बैलेंस शीट बनेगी वो 31st मार्च और 1st अप्रैल की कंपैरिजन में बनेगी ना?
हाँ, ये देखिए मैंने दिया ना यहाँ पे. सो 31st March 24 उसका कंपैरेटिव, उसके बाद थर्ड बैलेंस शीट 1st April 23 आ गई ना, ओपनिंग ऑफ द कंपैरेटिव पीरियड. सो बैलेंस शीट आपकी कौन सी है? अप्रैल टू मार्च
23.
सॉरी,
31st March 24 बन रहा है और यहाँ पे 1st April 23 है.
थर्ड बैलेंस शीट तो ओपनिंग ऑफ द कंपैरेटिव की होगी ना. थर्ड बैलेंस शीट कंपैरेटिव तो 31st March 24 है, बट इसका ओपनिंग डेट क्या होगी? कंपैरेटिव पीरियड अगर 31 मार्च 24 है, सॉरी
1 अप्रैल 23 ओपनिंग होगा।
हाँ तो वही दिया है ना, थर्ड बैलेंस शीट
नहीं,
तो ओपनिंग
वो
होता है,
थर्ड
कंपैरेटिव
बैलेंस
पीरियड
में
की होती है।
हम जैसे बैलेंस शीट बनती है तो उसके साथ कंपैरेटिव बनाते हैं, तो उसमें 31 मार्च 23 का कंपैरेटिव आएगा।
अच्छा ये वाला
हाँ
रिकंसिलेशन
जी,
में,
हाँ
हाँ
जी,
हाँ यस 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 यस, बिकॉज आपने जो लास्ट पब्लिश किया होगा 31 मार्च 23 किया होगा इससे पहले का, करेक्ट?
राइट सर, जी
So
जी
31st March 23 numbers, when you restate, when you correct your 31st March 23 number, it becomes 1st April 23 corrected number. Okay. Yes, your 1st April 23 balance sheet is 31st March 23 balance sheet, but with a correction. It's a corrected number. Okay. Then you have to give changes in the business economic environment, which has an impact on the fair value of financial asset or financial liability. Any default in the loan terms and condition. Related party disclosure. If you have a related party transactions which are material, then you are required to give a related party disclosure also. Changes in the classification of financial assets and liabilities as per Ind AS 109. Transfer between the input hierarchy in the financial asset or liability. You have to learn these disclosures, right? If these are material, then only disclosures are required to be given. Okay, is that clear friends? Clear हो गया ये सब डिस्क्लोजर सर क्या है? जब आप रेस्पेक्टिव इंडेस पढ़ोगे तो आपको डिस्क्लोजर्स पता लगेंगे. दिस स्टैंडर्ड कवर्स द इंटायर फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट एंड हेंस every facet of financial statement, every facet is covered here. But what are those disclosure? For example, restructuring provision, this you will be able to know once you read Ind AS 37. What about the classification of financial assets and liabilities? This you will be able to know when you read Ind AS 109. Fair value hierarchy, this you will be able to know when you will cover Ind AS 113. Okay. But to cut a long story short, these are the kind of disclosures which are required to be given if it is mandatory. Okay. Perfect. Correct.
Perfect, sir.
Okay. Right. So friends, then we are coming to the other disclosure. Other disclosure means mandatory disclosure. Means doesn't matter. It is material or immaterial. You have to give those disclosures. Right? Right? Okay. Friends, what are the mandatory disclosure? Friends, in the notes to accounts, tell me what item constitutes the most of the pages in the notes to accounts, the major pages.
Accounting policies.
Accounting policies, right? If notes to accounts are 40 pages, accounting policies are 10 to 15 pages. So this standard says that you are not required to repeat the accounting policy, right? So this standard assumes that when you are preparing your interim condensed financial statement, the user of the financial statement have the access to the latest annual audited financial statement. Okay. So it says that instead of repeating the entire accounting policy, you have to give a statement that the same accounting policy or same method of computation is followed in the interim financial statement as followed in the last annual audited financial statement, as was followed in the last annual audited financial statement. Is that clear? Is that clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You are not required to repeat 10-15 pages. You are just required to make a statement. You are just required to make a statement. Okay. Friends, but what happens if a standard has changed? For example, in 2019, which standard came in 2019? Are you aware? Are you aware?
Related party, sir?
Leases.
Releases, yes. Friends, up to 31st March 2019, Ind AS 17 was applicable, which is no more applicable now. From 1st April 2019, Ind AS 116 becomes applicable. Ind AS 116 becomes applicable. Okay. So standard says that you need to just provide a statement that the same accounting policy or method of computation is followed as was followed in the last annual audited financial statement. But in the first quarter of 30th June 2019, they are not supposed to follow the same accounting policy of leases which was followed in the 31st March 19 financial statement. है या नहीं? नहीं है ना? आप follow नहीं कर सकते ना? Because why? Because the standard has changed. So standard says that, Ind AS 34 says that if different accounting policy and method has been followed in comparison with the last annual financial statement, then the nature and impact needs to be disclosed and the new accounting policy needs to be disclosed, right? So all the listed companies which were prepare their interim condensed financial statement in June 2019, they have given the new accounting policy on leases along with the nature of the change and impact of the change. Right? Is that clear? This is the requirement of SEBI regulation also. ये SEBI regulation की भी requirement है. तो ये नई accounting policy उन्होंने अपने results में भी दी थी. Okay. Explain the seasonality or cyclical nature of operation in the interim financial statement. For example, the company is a sugar industry. Sugar industry आपको पता है ना, sugar industry seasonal or cyclical nature of operation? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
So you can download the financial results of any sugar industry. You can download like Dhampur Sugars, Balrampur Chini, Sri Renuka Sugars, Mawana Sugars. All these sugar industries are writing in their financial results that our business is seasonal or cyclical nature of business. Okay. Why? This is the requirement of SEBI regulations also. So they have to give the fact, they have to state this fact in their financial results also. Okay. And Ind AS 34 also required to be disclose this fact that you have to disclose the fact if the company is into cyclical or seasonal nature of business. Exceptional item. The company is required to give the exceptional item also. Nature and change in estimate from last interim period or last annual period. Nature and change in estimate, right? For example, in quarter 2, the company has changed the useful life of the fixed asset. Or in the quarter 2, the company has changed the discount rate. So the company has to give the disclosure. Okay. Issue, purchase or repayment of equity and debt securities. If there is any change in capital structure, the company has made a right issue, the company has done the buyback, the company has paid the dividend, right? The company has took a loan. So all these changes, all these, capital structure changes are required to be disclosed. Segment information. Segment reporting is also required to be done. It's a mandatory disclosure under Ind AS 34, right? It's a mandatory disclosure in the financial results also. It's for SEBI regulation. Events occurring after reporting period, we have covered in the last class. Whether this events occurring after reporting date, is it only applicable to annual financial statement or it is also applicable to the interim financial statement?
Interim also is applicable.
The company is closing its interim financial statement for the half year ended 30th September. These interim financial statement got approved in the board meeting in 25th October. On 10th of October, there was a fire in the godown of the company which has destroyed 500 crores of inventory of the company. Is it an adjusting event or is it a non-adjusting event?
Adjusting event.
Adjusting event.
Whether evidence of condition of this fire was available on 30th September?
No, sir.
No.
So is it an adjusting event or is it a non-adjusting event?
Non-adjusting event.
It's a non-adjusting event and hence only disclosure is required. Okay. Right. So what is the event occurring after reporting period in this case? In this case, events occurring after reporting period is from end of the reporting date, 30th September, which is 1st October to 25th of October. So from the closing of the reporting period, closing of the reporting date, from end of the reporting date to the approval of the financial statement. So 1st October to 25th October, right? So events occurring after reporting period is also applicable in the interim condensed financial statement also. Interim financial statement also, right? समझ आ गया ना? Business combination, loss of control in subsidiary and discontinued operation. If there is any business combination, loss of control in subsidiary, and there is any discontinued operation, it is also required to be disclosed. Fair value disclosure of financial instruments. Again, disclosure is required. If an entity become an investment entity or it ceases to become an investment entity. Friends, when you read Ind AS 110 consolidation, then you will be able to understand about the concept of investment entity. So standard says that if an entity become an investment entity or ceases to be an investment entity, disclosure is required to be given. Disaggregation of revenue from contract with the customer. What is this? In your P&L, there is a line item called revenue from operations. Yes or no? Revenue from operations. Revenue. And there are breakup of revenue. Revenue from sale of goods. Revenue from supply of services. Okay. Revenue from sale of goods. Revenue from supply of services. And what? Other operating revenue. So the breakup of revenue is also required to be given in the notes to accounts. Okay. So this is the these are the mandatory disclosures and disclosure of compliance with Ind AS in interim financial reporting. Friends, you remember in Ind AS 1, I have told you the explicit and unreserved statement of compliance. And I have shown you the statement of compliance in the ONGC annual report. Yes?
Yes, sir.
So that statement of compliance is also required to be given. That statement of compliance is also required to be given. Okay. Right? This is also required to be given. So friends, we have covered condensed balance sheet, condensed P&L, condensed statement of changes in equity, condensed statement of cash flow, and the significant notes to accounts and mandatory notes to accounts, right? Now we'll move into the principle of measurement and recognition. Before that, let's have a 10 minutes break. Okay. It's 8:27 now. Let's have a 10 minutes break. Fine. We will start at 8:37.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes. So on this principle of measurement and recognition in interim financial report, right? The first concept is materiality. For example, the company's policy is to consider 5% of revenue. The company's policy to consider 5% of revenue as a materiality threshold. The full year revenue is 1,000 crores. The full year revenue is 1,000 crores. Okay. So what is the materiality for the full year? What is the materiality for the full year? If 1,000 crore is the revenue for the full year, what is the materiality for full year? 50 crore, 1,000 crore multiplied by 5%. So any item which is beyond 50 crore is considered as a material item, right? The company is preparing the interim financial statement, interim FS for Q1 FY 2024-25. Okay, Q1 24-25. The company is preparing its interim financial statement for Q1 FY 24-25. Okay, for which the revenue is 300 crores. For which the revenue is 300 crores. Please advise if any item of income and expense, please advise whether an item of income or expense of 20 crores will be material in Q1 IFS, in Q1 interim financial statement. Tell me. Whether the question is clear to all of you or it is not clear. The question is clear or not clear?
Sir, what is the question? Sorry, sir, I just now joined now.
So the company's policy is to consider 5% of revenue as a materiality threshold. The full year revenue is 1,000 crores. The company is preparing the interim financial statement for Q1 FY 24-25 for which the revenue is 300 crores. Please advise whether an item of income or expense of 20 crore will be material in Q1 interim financial statement. This is the question.
It will be material, sir, because it will be 20.
Yes, sir, since we have to consider 5% of 300 crores.
No.
Yes, sir. For the interim period, the materiality to be decided, sir, not for the whole year. You see, in this case, that 300 crore into 5%, it will come 15%, 15 crore. So they can, yeah, sir.
So it means all of you are saying one thing, sir, for considering the materiality for a quarter, for an interim period, right? For evaluating whether an item is material or not, you have to consider the materiality from that interim period perspective only, correct?
Right, sir.
Okay, so this is what standard says. Standard says that, right, in this case, yes, this item is material. Because materiality threshold has to be seen from the interim period numbers only. Okay, not the full year number. Right? Clear? Is that clear? This is what you guys are talking about? Yes?
Yes, sir.
So, in Q1, the materiality threshold is 5% of 300 crores. That is 15 crores. Okay. Hence, 20 crore number will be material, right? Will be material for Q1. Perfect. Perfect. Same accounting policies as annual, except there is a change after annual financial statement. This is we have discussed. Ind AS 116 leases, right? Same accounting policy is required to be followed in the interim financial statement. What we have followed in the year-end audited financial statement, right? So same accounting policy needs to be followed. But if there is a change in the change in the standard, right? Change in Ind AS after annual financial statement. So of course, in that case, you need to follow the new standard. For example, till March 19 annual financial statement, Ind AS 17 was applicable on leases. But what happened from 1st April 2019? With effect from 1st April 19, Ind AS 116 was applicable. So companies have given lease accounting policy as per Ind AS 17 in annual accounts of March 19, but for interim period for June 19, they have applied Ind AS 116. Okay. Revenue, seasonal, cyclical, or occasional. It is recognized in the interim period in which it occurs. For example, the company is into the woolen business. In quarter 1, it has earned a revenue of 10 crores. In quarter 2, it has earned a revenue of 10 crores, right? In quarter 3, 100 crores. In quarter 4, 100 crores. What you will do? Will you prorate the revenue like 220 crore is the full year revenue? Will you prorate the revenue same in every quarter? Will you equalize the revenue, or you will recognize the revenue whatever is incurred in that quarter?
Recognize whatever incurred in that particular quarter, not to.
Yes, not to equalize. Okay. So it is recognized in the interim period in which it occurs. That is why, so that user will be able to understand. That is why, remember, that was a mandatory disclosure that the company is into the seasonal or cyclical nature of operations.
Yes, sir.
Impairment in interim financial statement. Now let's come to the impairment. Friends, goodwill was 100 crores in quarter 1. Okay. The goodwill is impaired in quarter 2 due to the losses incurred in the subsidiary. But in quarter 3, it got picked up and subsidiary got huge orders in Q3. So friends, goodwill was in quarter 1, the goodwill was 100 crores in quarter 1. Okay. But there was a huge losses in the subsidiary, hence this goodwill. Hence, what happened with the goodwill? The goodwill was impaired. The goodwill was impaired in the quarter. Okay. So in quarter 2, this goodwill will become 0. But in quarter 3, it got picked up, means subsidiary got huge orders. Right? So in this case, even though subsidiary got huge orders, but this impairment of goodwill cannot be reversed, even in the interim quarter, right? Friends, Ind AS 38 and Ind AS 36 says that impairment recognized in an interim period will not be reversed in the subsequent interim period, even of the same year. Okay. But let's say there was an impairment on PPE. The PPE was 100 crores. 20 impairment has been charged in quarter 2. But in quarter 3, the value of the PPE got increased beyond the earlier carrying value. So this 20 crore impairment was there in quarter 2, 100 become 80. But again it become 100. Why? Because there was a reversal of impairment. So friends, as per Ind AS 36 and 38, it says that impairment item other than goodwill. For goodwill, if impairment is recognized in a particular interim period, it cannot be reversed in the subsequent interim period even of the same year. But other than goodwill, if interim period is impairment is recognized in an interim period, it can be reversed. It can be reversed. It can be reversed in the either in the subsequent interim period or even in the subsequent year also. So गुडविल का इम्पेयरमेंट आपका अगले इंटरिम पीरियड में भी रिवर्स नहीं होगा अगर एक बार गुडविल इम्पेयर हो गई तो, राइट. बट अगर अदर देन गुडविल कोई आइटम है तो देन वो सब्सिक्वेंट इंटरिम पीरियड में भी हो सकती है और सब्सिक्वेंट ईयर में भी हो सकती है. ओके, impairment is clear to all of you? Impairment is clear for all of you?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Yes. Income tax calculation in interim financial statement. Income tax calculation in interim financial statement. This is one of the most important topic. Okay. And friends, before coming to income tax calculation, let's discuss few questions from ICAI Board of Studies material. So the illustration number 1 is on the tax only. So we will cover this illustration number 1 later on. Illustration number 2 is also on tax. We'll cover it later on. Illustration number 3, let's discuss. Innovative. I hope this board of study material is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Innovative Corporation Private Limited is dealing into seasonal product, and the sales pattern of the product quarter wise is as under during the financial year 2001-2002. Sales pattern are given. In quarter 1 ending June, 10% of the sales are happening. In quarter 2, 10% of the sales is happening. In quarter 3, 60% of the sales is happening. And in quarter 4, 20% of the sales are happening. Okay. So this is the quarter wise pattern of the sales which are given because this company is into seasonal business. For the first quarter ending 30th June 2001, for the first quarter, the company has provided the following information. Sales 70 crores, employee benefit expense 25 crores, administrative other expense 12 crores, finance cost 4 crores. The company, while preparing interim financial statement for the first quarter, wants to defer 16 crore expenditure to third quarter on the argument that third quarter is having more sales, therefore third quarter should be debited by more expenditure. Considering the seasonal nature of the business and that the expenditure are uniform throughout all quarters. Considering the seasonal nature of the business and that the expenditure should be uniform throughout the all quarters. This is what company thinks. Calculate the result of the first quarter as per Ind AS 34 and comment on the company's view. First of all, saying that the company will defer 16 crore expenditure because the third quarter will have more sales. Is it a right approach?
No, sir. It's not a right approach.
Answer is no. Standard says that if you are into a seasonal and cyclical nature of operations, even though whatever income or expenditure you are incurring, you have to record that income and expenditure into that period only. You cannot take a plea that since in my future period income will be more and hence I will. Can you please keep on mute, Saurav? Yes. So friends, if whatever income and expenditure are incurring in a particular period, you have to take the cognizance of that income and expenditure and only into that period. So what is your sales? 70 crores. Your employee benefit, admin and finance cost is 25, 12 and 4. So what is your results? Your results will be 29 crore is your profit, right? Sales is 70, 41 is total expense, 29 crore is your profit. Is that clear to you? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely clear.
Absolutely clear? Very good. Now, illustration number 5, let's discuss. ABC Limited manufactures automobile parts. Okay. ABC Limited has shown a net profit of 20 lakh for the third quarter of 2001. Okay. What is the net profit? 20 lakh for the third quarter. Following adjustments are made while computing the net profit. Okay. So let me discuss this example in my Excel only. I have this example in my Excel. Can you see this illustration number 5?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. On Excel.
Yes. Excel file, right? ABC Limited manufacture automobile part. ABC Limited has shown a net profit of 20 lakh. Following adjustments are made while computing the net profit. Bad debt of 1 lakh incurred during the quarter. Okay. 50% of the bad debts have been deferred to the next quarter. Is this right?
No,
No,
sir.
sir. No, sir. It's not right, sir.
On an accrual basis, if your bad debt is an expense, if your bad debt is incurred in the current quarter, of course, you have to record all the bad debt in the current quarter only. You cannot defer. Additional depreciation of 4,50,000 resulting from the change in method of the depreciation. In this quarter 3, you have changed the method of depreciation. It's a change in estimate. And due to the change in method of depreciation, 4.5 lakh expense has come. 4.5 lakh. Is this right?
The treatment is correct, sir.
This treatment
they
is
get
yes.
correct.
So whenever there is a change in estimate, it has to be applied prospectively. So no adjustment required. Whatever company has done, that is the right treatment. Okay. Exceptional loss of 28,000 incurred during the third quarter. 50% of the exceptional loss has been deferred to the next quarter.
Cannot defer, sir.
No, sir. The 50% should not defer. It has to be incur that loss in that particular quarter. Third quarter only.
It should not be deferred, right? So this company is deferred 50% of bad debt. So now adjustment is required. This company is deferred 50% of exceptional loss of 14,000. Adjustment is required. Rupees 5 lakh expenditure on account of administrative expenses pertaining to the third quarter. This expense relates to the third quarter. Is deferred on the argument that the fourth quarter will have more sales. Therefore, fourth quarter should be debited by higher expenditure. The expenditure should be uniform throughout all the quarters. Is this the right treatment?
No, sir.
No, sir.
As certain the correct net profit to be shown in the interim financial report for the third quarter to be presented to the board of directors. So what is the right number? 20 lakh is your net profit. 50,000 bad debt which were deferred has to be adjusted. Additional depreciation was okay. The 50% exceptional loss which was deferred has to be adjusted. 5 lakh rupee of admin expenses needs to be adjusted. What is your correct net profit for Q3? It is not 20 lakh, it is 14 lakh 36,000. This is the correct net profit of Q3. Is that clear? Is that clear to all of you?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
I think we are actually adjusting increasing the expenses, right? So the profit has to be increased.
Profit has to be decreased, na? If you are increasing the expense, so profit to गिर जाएगा ना? Profit has to be.
Oh, sorry. I got it the other way. Sorry. Correct, sir.
Yeah. Now let's come to the tax treatment. Very important, significant and important, right? Friends, now the companies are preparing their interim financial statement on a quarterly basis. Okay. So they are earning profit. So if they are earning profit, they have to create a provision for tax also. If they are earning profit, they have to create a provision for tax also. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
They have to create a provision for tax. So now what happened? So let's say the company has earned a profit of 100 crores in quarter 1, assuming. And the company is foreseeing that in the next 3 quarters, the company will incur losses. Okay, and the full year will be into losses. So tell me, in the quarter 1, there is a profit. You have to go by the matching principle. You have to go by the accrual principle. If there is a profit, there is a tax also. But in the next 3 quarters, the company is expecting losses, huge losses. So whether the tax is a quarterly item or an yearly item?
Yearly item, so it's not a quarterly
yearly item. Whether the competition, whether the return of income, it has to be filed on a quarterly basis or it has to be filed on a yearly basis?
Yearly basis, sir.
Yearly basis. Yearly basis, right? For example, if in the quarter there is 100 crore rupees of profit, but in the next 3 quarters there will be 250 crore of losses, then whether any single penny of tax is required to be paid?
No, sir, it's not required to pay because the losses is there.
Because the losses is there, because the full year will be into losses. Full year there is no profit. Okay. Full year it is not profit, right? Full year there is no profit. It means the, let's say 100 crore is the profit in quarter 1 and 30% is the tax rate and 30% is the tax rate. So what is my quarter 1 tax expense? 30 crore. So
yes, sir, 30
if your Ind AS 34 would have been silent, what the companies would be doing? The companies was creating 30 crore rupees of tax on a profit of 100 crore in quarter 1. Okay. And since the losses are there in the remaining 9 months, in the remaining 3 quarters, so the company should not take into cognizance. Okay. But since tax is kind of an item which is a yearly item, so Ind AS 34 says that your income tax for the interim period is required to be recognized or measured on the basis of best estimate of the weighted average annual income tax rate. On the basis of the best estimate of the weighted average annual income tax rate. Weighted average annual income tax rate for the full year on the basis of best estimate of the weighted average annual income tax rate for the full year. Right? For the full year. What does it mean? Standard says that आप advance tax कैसे calculate करते हो? Advance tax. How you are computing your advance tax?
Yes, sir, we will consider a whole year. If it is 90% or more, then we will do that advance tax repayment.
So what you are doing, for example, you have closed quarter 1. So you are taking actual profit of quarter 1 plus forecast or provisional profit for 9 months, right?
Yes,
actual
sir.
profit for Q1 plus forecasted profit of 9 months. This is how you compute your, this is how you compute your advance tax, right?
Yes, sir.
So standard also says that you have to compute that what is your best estimate of weighted average annual income tax rate? What is your best estimate of weighted average of annual income tax rate? If you are earning in a year, for example, 1000 crores and you are paying a tax, you have some brought forward losses, you are paying a tax of 20 crores, 200 crores. So what is, and your tax rate is 30%. Okay. So in this case, what is your weighted average annual income tax rate? So weighted average annual income tax rate will be calculated by dividing by your actual tax expense or estimated tax expense for the full year divided by the full income. This will be your weighted average annual income tax rate. So let me explain you with the help of an example. Example number 1. The profit before tax in quarter 1. The company has closed quarter 1 and the profit before tax comes out at 100 crores. The profit before tax comes out at 100 crores, right? This comes out at 100 crores. The remaining 9 months estimated profit. The remaining 9 months estimated profit is 900 crores. It is 900 crores. Okay. And the company has a brought forward losses of 400 crores. So tell me, what is my total expected annual income? What is my total expected annual income? If my current quarter profit is 100 crores and my estimated profit is 900 crores, what is my total estimated annual income?
1000 crore. 100 plus 900.
100 plus 900, 1000 crores. What is my brought forward losses? 400 crores.
400.
What is my estimated annual taxable income?
It will be 600.
That will be 600 crores. That will be 600 crores. Okay, that will be 600 crores, right? Okay. So if your taxable income is 600 crores and your tax rate is 25%, what is the tax expense for the full year?
150.
150 crores. Okay. Your 150 crore tax is out of which income? Out of what income? What is your total annual income?
1,000.
1,000 crore is your total annual income. So 1,000 crore. So you are paying a tax of 150 crore on 1,000 crore. What is your weighted average tax rate? What is your weighted average annual tax rate?
15%.
15%.
15%.
अभी तक किसी को कोई डाउट, कोई प्रॉब्लम, कोई परेशानी? एनी डाउट अप टू दिस लेवल? समझ आ गया? Tax rate is 25%. Okay. So we have earned a profit of 100 crores. So what is our tax rate? 100 crore multiplied by 25%, 25 crore. But no. Ind AS 34 says that whatever you have earned a profit of 100 crore, you have to recognize a provision for tax at the rate of weighted average annual income tax rate. So 15 crore will be your tax expense in Q1. And what is your remaining profit? Remaining profit is 900 crores multiplied by 15%. Your estimated tax will be 135 crore. So this is how you will compute your provision for tax expense in the quarter. Is that clear? Is that clear or not clear? Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Now, for example, you are closing Q2 also. So you move to Q2. And when you reach to Q2, in Q1, you have earned 100 crores. In Q2, you have actually earned 400 crores. Right? Your estimate have revised. And you are expecting that I will be able to earn how much? I will be able to earn 800 crores in the remaining 6 months. Friends, what is your total expected annual income? बताइए कितनी होगी total expected annual income? 100 in Q1, 400 in Q2, 800 is remaining 6 months estimated, 1300. What is your brought forward losses?
400.
400. What is your estimated annual taxable income?
900.
What is your tax expense?
In the 25%.
What is your weighted average annual tax rate? You are paying 225 crores over an expected annual income of 1300 crores. So 17.31% is your tax rate. Now, sir, how we will compute the tax expense now? Friends, how much tax expense you have already booked in Q1? कितना book कर चुके?
It's 150.
Should I revise my Q1? Should I revise my Q1? Answer is no. It's a change in estimate.
No, sir.
You have to apply prospectively. What is your tax expense in Q2? So friends, first of all, what is your profit in the first half year? Q1 plus Q2, what is the profit? 500 crores?
Yes.
What is the tax rate? What is the tax rate on this profit? What is the tax rate on this profit? 17.31%.
Yes, sir.
So your total tax expense for the first half year should be 87 crores. How much you have already recorded?
15.
So how much you are required to record? 72.
72.
72 crore will be your tax expense on the profit of 400 crores, right? And what is the remaining 6 months estimated tax? 800 crores multiplied by 17.31%. Okay. So this is how you need to also adjust your change in estimates. I hope this is clear to you guys. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now let's come to the illustration number 1. Company A has reported 60,000 rupees as pre-tax profit before tax in the first quarter and expect a loss of 15,000 each in the subsequent quarters. If company A has earned a profit of 60,000 in Q1 but expecting a loss of 15 in the remaining 3 quarters, what is the expected annual income?
15,000.
60,000 profit minus 45,000 loss, 15,000 profit. This is your expected annual income, right? Correct? Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
this company has a corporate tax slab. This company has a corporate tax slab of how much? 20% on the first 20,000 of annual earnings and 40% on all additional earnings. So whatever this company will earn, this company will pay 20% on the first 20,000, and on the remaining profit, this company has to pay 40%. Okay. So how much profit this company has earned? How much profit? 60,000 in the first quarter. If the
Yes, sir.
concept of weighted average annual income tax rate would not have been there, अगर ये concept नहीं होता तो क्या होता? 60,000 पे आप compute करते tax expense, 20% on the first 20,000, 4,000, and the 40% on more than 20,000, so 40,000 multiplied by 40%. So what will be your tax expense on 60,000 rupees of profit? 20,000.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear है ना? Is it clear? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
But
we have.
what is your expectation of annual income? 15,000. So if your expectation of annual income is 15,000, how much tax you are required to pay? 15,000 up to 20,000, slab rate is 20%. So on 50,000 you have to pay 20%, right? So what is your weighted average annual income tax rate? 3,000 divided by 15,000. 20% is your weighted average rate of income tax. Okay. Okay. So how much tax you need to record? 60,000 is the income. 60,000 multiplied by 20%, 12,000. 12,000 rupees, right? So your tax expense for quarter one is not 20,000, it is 12,000. And in the remaining quarter, there is a estimated tax reversal. Is this clear or not clear? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear.
Okay, very good. Friends, now let me extend this example. While in your question, this is the final answer and the question is stopped. But let me extend this example. When the company concluded quarter two results, it arrived at a profit of 10,000 instead of 15,000 rupees of loss, and expecting a profit of 10,000 in quarter three and loss of 10,000 in quarter four. The entire estimate have revised. Now what happened? 60,000 was quarter one profit. Q2 profit is 10,000. Expectation of Q3 is 10,000. And the negative 10,000 loss of 10,000 is there in Q4. Okay. So what is my estimated average profit? Sorry,
It
what
will
is
be
my
70,000,
estimated
sir.
annual profit? 70,000. तो
Yes, sir.
70,000 प्रॉफिट पे आपका एक्सपेंस क्या होगा टैक्स का? 20,000 पे 20%.
And 20,000 and 40% and 50,000.
And for remaining 50,000, 40% multiplied by 40. My total tax expense is 24,000 on the profit of 70,000. So what is my weighted average annual tax rate? What is my weighted average annual tax rate? 24,000 I will pay over a profit of 70,000. 34%. 34%. Okay. So how much tax I have paid? How much tax I have already recorded? How much tax I have already recorded? 12,000 in quarter one. What is my total profit for the half year? 60 plus 10, right? Multiply by 34% is my tax rate. 24,000. So how much tax I need to record in Q2?
12,000.
So you can see on a profit of 10,000, you are recording a tax of 12,000, right? Why? Because you have to take a catch up of the quarter one also. Okay. Because the estimates have revised. In quarter three, what will happen in quarter three? What is your estimated tax in quarter three? This multiplied by 34%. In quarter four, there is a reversal. And your total profit is 24,000. Right? Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Is this clear to everyone? Friends, is it clear or not clear? Please confirm me if it is clear or not clear. Clear to everyone? Yeah? सबको समझ में आ गया है? कोई डाउट, कोई परेशानी, कोई चैलेंज? Any question on this Ind AS 34? Any question, friends? Let me know if you have any question on Ind AS 34. Now let's discuss illustration number 2. Illustration number 2 of Board of Studies material. Yes. ABC Limited presents. I hope this illustration number 2 is visible to everyone. Is it visible? ABC Limited presents interim financial report quarterly. On 1st April 2001, ABC Limited has carried forward loss of 600 lakhs for income tax purposes for which deferred tax asset has not been recognized. Okay. ABC Limited earns 900 lakhs in each quarter ending on 30th June, 30th September, 31st December and 31st March. So if they are earning 900 lakhs every quarter, what is the total income? What is the total annual income?
3,600.
What is the total annual income?
3,600.
3,600 lakhs.
3,600. 3,600 is the annual income. Okay. And how much is their brought forward losses?
600.
So what is your annual taxable income estimated?
3,000.
3,000.
Income tax rate is expected to be 40%. Calculate the amount of tax expense to be reported in each quarter. So your annual income is 3,600. Your annual taxable income is 3,000. Tax rate is 40%. What is the total tax?
1,200.
1,200, right? So 1,200 tax you have to pay on the annual total income of how much?
3,600.
3,600. So 1,200 divided by 3,600. What is my average annual effective tax rate? 33.33%. So what is my tax expense in each quarter? 900 multiplied by 33.33%, right? This is my annual income tax in every quarter. Is this clear? Is this clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
So friends, today in India 34, we have discussed in detail that what is my financial results and what is my interim financial statement. What is meant by interim period? What is meant by financial reporting, right? Whether India 34 is applicable on financial results or applicable on interim financial statement, we discussed that interim financial statements, India 34 is applicable on interim financial statement, okay? Then friends, what we have covered? We have also covered that what is meant by complete set of financial statement, what is meant by condensed set of financial statement. Complete set of financial statement is a financial statement just like a full-fledged financial statement, like annual financial statement. And Ind AS 1 is applicable to the complete set of financial statement. But for condensed set of financial statement, Ind AS 34 is applicable. Then you need to prepare condensed balance sheet, condensed P&L, condensed SOC, condensed cash flow, and significant notes to accounts and mandatory notes to accounts. Then we have covered the list of significant notes to accounts and mandatory notes to accounts. And we have also covered that what is the period which is going to be covered in every interim financial statement, right? So we discussed the list of this significant notes to accounts and mandatory notes to accounts. And we have also discussed some concept of principle of measurement recognition in the interim financial statement, like materiality, same accounting policy, seasonal, cyclical or occasional expenses, impairment, and then income tax calculation. This is what we have covered in detail, my dear friends, in the today's standard, right? I hope it is clear to each and every one of you, my dear friends. Is that clear? Absolutely clear. We have also covered 4 or 5 questions from ICAI study material. This is the small standard, and you know what is the similarity and what is the coincidence in your ICAI study material and this Ind AS 34. आपको coincidence पता है? Do you know the coincidence? Yes or no? Do you know the coincidence? No? Your Ind AS 34, your ICAI Board of Studies material on Ind AS 34 has 34 pages. This material is of 34 pages.
Sir, you are very minute, sir.
Right. So when I was looking at your ICAI study material, I found it is 34 pages. So I just thought of sharing with you. Ind AS 34 has a 34 pages. Okay. So good, great guys. So this was a very small standard, and hence we are calling off our class today. We are calling out our class today. Your all the study material will be uploaded by tomorrow. Whatever I have covered so far, it will be uploaded by tomorrow. Friends, I was not keeping well on Sunday, and that is why Saminathan, I could not be able to call you. And one of the students have also reached out. So I could not be able to call her also, right? So today or tomorrow, definitely I'll give you a call. Not to worry, today or tomorrow. If you guys have not share your number with me, please share your number on my email, which is cacsalokgarg@gmail.com. My email ID is cacsalokgarg@gmail.com. cacsalokgarg@gmail.com. This is my number. Okay. This is my not number. This is my email ID. I'll not share my number. Okay, but I'll give you a call. This is my email ID. Okay. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Ashok ji, session is over. Thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed the session and you have understood interim financial reporting and you have been able to understand, remember, and learn it from your heart that what is interim financial reporting. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What about India's 34?
Yes, sir. You also shown that Reliance and Infosys, all the things, the live balance sheet, also how the condensed balance sheet and other things look like, and notes to the account. It's very useful, sir.
Thank you. So thank you, Samanathan. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, student. Thank you, Ashok ji. Session is over.